Hello people interwebs, it's your Monday Night Duels fix, and today we're showing off a white, black and red Mardu control deck right before the set is about to rotate and everything's about to change with the introduction of Eldritch Moon, which is coming this Wednesday. I am super excited to have that set coming in so early, and I can't wait to see how it impacts on the metagame. So let's jump right in, Henry, and talk about this deck before we get on to that sort of stuff. Kicking things off with 4 Firey Impulse, which is a 1 casting instant. It does 2 damage to target creature, and it has Spell Mastery, which means that if there are 2 or more instant and or sorcery cards in our graveyard, it will do 3 damage instead. This is great against the 2 toughness, 3 toughness creatures that are played in the early game sort of range, and we can hit those sort of creatures out and get rid of them like the little flies. Don't mean much. Moving on to 3 Grasp of Darkness, which is a 2 casting instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. Great at dealing with anything up until the mid-range sort of range. So we're talking about the 4-5 casting range, and even some of the 6 casting cards that we can deal with as well that are currently played in the current format as it is. So it's great at dealing with stuff like Thought Knot Seer, great at dealing with Green Warden, great at dealing with Tireless Tracker, stuff like that. That's played in a lot of decks. We can deal with it with Grasp of Darkness. We're moving on to 2 Declaration in Stone, which is 2 casting sorcery. We exile target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature. Then that player will investigate for each non-token creature exiled this way. So really, it's really efficient to use against tokens because they get nothing. And it's also great against cards like Ulamog, which are very difficult to deal with through any other means. We're also playing 1 Rolling Thunder, which is an X and double red sorcery. It does X damage to divided as we choose among any number of target creatures and or players. So it's great in a number of situations. We can deal with Planeswalkers very easily, we can deal with a couple of threats very easily, or if we need to burn our opponent for last points of damage, Rolling Thunder is the go-to card. We're also playing 1 Kozilek's Return, which is a 3 casting instant. Has the Void, which means this card has no colour. It does 2 damage to each creature, and whenever we cast an Eldrazi creature spell with converted mana cost 7 or greater, we may exile this card from our graveyard, and if we do, it will deal 5 damage to each creature. We're mainly using this as an instant sweet spell against the sort of aggro decks in the format, so like the White Weenies, the Elves, the Vampires. We can sweep them away before they become too much of a threat. We don't really pay attention to the bottom ability because there are no Eldrazi in this deck. Moving on to 2 Anguished Unmaking, which is a 3 casting instant. We exile target non-land permanent and lose 3 life. So this card's really efficient at dealing with enchantments and planeswalkers alike. Also we're playing 4 Read the Bones, which is a 3 casting sorcery. We get to scry 2, then draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. To scry 2, we will look at the top 2 cards of our library, then put any number of them on the bottom of our library and the rest on top in any order. So we can sort of fix of what we want to be drawing and when we want to be drawing it, and then we draw those 2 cards and then we lose the 2 life. But it's a great piece of card advantage to Read the Bones is. Also playing 2 Radiant Flames, which is a 3 casting sorcery. Has Converge, which means it deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of colours of mana spent to cast this card. So basically what this means is that this card will do 3 damage a lot of the time, and it's great against the aggro decks of the format. We're also playing 2 Devouring Flames, which is a 3 casting sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Devouring Flames, we have to return a land we control to our opponent's hand, and it will do 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It's great against the planeswalkers and great against any sort of creatures that are difficult to deal with. So some of the bigger creatures are the 5 toughness creatures that we want to be dealing with as well. We're also playing 1 Kalitas Traitor of Ghet, which is a 4 casting 3/4 legendary creature. Has lifelink, and if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile that card and put it a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. We can pay 3 mana to sacrifice another vampire zombie, and then we get to put 2+1/+1 cards on him. He's really good. He's really good against the aggro decks of the format, so we can gain a bit of the life back. Because a lot of people do play the Prowess deck that I showed a few weeks ago, which focuses on burning use to the face and dealing as much damage as possible. So Kalitas can help us survive a little bit longer against that deck and hopefully win in certain situations. We're also playing 2 Languish, which is a 4 casting sorcery. All creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. Great against the aggro decks of the format. Great little sweep spell. Excuse me. We're also playing 2 Oblivion Strike, which is a 4-casting sorcery. Has Devoid, which means this card has no colour, and we exile target creature. This sort of function is not usually seen in black. It's usually seen in white to exile something, but it's great to see it in black. And the fact that this can deal with so many things that are difficult to deal with as they are, I really like Oblivion Strike in this spot. We're also playing 1 Gideon ally of Zendikar, which is a 4-casting planeswalker with 4 loyalty. We can gain a loyalty to make Gideon ally of Zendikar become a 5/5 human ally creature with indestructible that's still a planeswalker, and we prevent all damage that will be dealt to him this turn. We can gain no loyalty or lose no loyalty, pay 0 loyalty, to put a 2/2 white knight ally creature token onto the battlefield, and then lose 4 loyalty to get an emblem with creatures we control get +1/+1. So it's great to make Gideon into a creature and just keep on beating down every turn. We can also make tokens to swarm our opponent with if we need to. We're also playing 1 Nahiri the Harbinger, which is a 4-casting planeswalker with 4 loyalty. We can gain 2 to either choose to discard a card, and if we do, we would draw a card. And then -2 to exile an enchantment, tapped artifact or tapped creature. And then -8 to search your library for an artifact or creature card and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle our library. It will gain haste and we return to the hand at the beginning of our next end step. So this is really good as a way of card advantage as well as creature removal. Very rarely will we use the minus ability on Nahiri. It's very much more likely to be used for card advantage and creature removal in certain situations. We're also playing 1 Archangel Avacyn, which is a 5-casting 4/4 legendary creature. Has flash, flying and vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, creatures we control gain indestructible until end turn. And when a non-angel creature we control dies, we transform Archangel of Avacyn at the beginning of the next upkeep into Avacyn the Purifier, which is a 6/5 for legendary creature with flying. And when this creature transforms into this creature, it deals 3 damage to each other creature and each other player. So, each opponent, sorry. And basically what this will do is that it should sweep away most of the threats that are sitting on the table. It'll also do great damage against planeswalkers as well as your opponent as well. Mainly we're playing it as this side, if I'm completely honest with you, as a 4/4 beat stick. As previous videos I've played it as a 4/4 beat stick, and it's very good in that position. We're also playing 2 Planar Outburst, which is a 5-casting sorcery. Destroy all non-land creatures. It does have Awaken for 4, which means that if we pay 8 mana and we cast this card for 8, we also put 4 +1/+1 counters on target land we control, and it becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste, and it's still a land. So we can beat down, sweep the board and beat down to the face for 4 damage. Now I've won a fair few games with Planar Outburst. It's really, really good. We're also playing 1 Ob Nixilis Reignited, which is a 5-casting planeswalker with 5 loyalty. Gain a loyalty to draw a card and lose life, -3 to destroy a creature, and then -8 to have target opponent gain an emblem with whenever a player draws a card, we lose 2 life. So we can use this as card advantage, which is the norm sort of thing, and we can destroy a creature at will. And then if we need to, if we get our opponent low enough, we can always use the ult to finish our opponent off. We're also playing 1 Linvala the Presever, which is a 6-casting 5/5 legendary creature. Has flying. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent has more life than us, we gain 5 life. And when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent has more creatures than us, we get to put a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So in certain situations we can get it, if we're low on life we can gain 5 life back. If we're in bad board position we can get an additional creature as well. So it's really, really good card for what it casts really when you think about it. We're also playing 1 Chardra Flamecaller, which is a 6-casting planeswalker with 4 loyalty. Gain a loyalty to put 2/3/1 elemental creature tokens with haste onto the battlefield. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. We can pay 0 to discard all cards into that are in our hand, and then draw that many cards +1. And then -X to do X damage to each creature. So it's great in making beatdown threats. It's great at giving us card advantage if we're drawing pretty much dead, and we can also sweep the board if we need to as well. And we're also playing Sorin Nemesis, which is a 6-casting planeswalker with 6 loyalty. gain ability to reveal the top card of our library and put that card into our hand. Each opponent loses life equal to its converted mana cost. -X to have it deal X damage to target creature or planeswalker and we gain X life. And then -9 to put a number of 1/1 black vampire knight creature tokens with lifelink onto the battlefield equal to the highest life total among all players. Mainly we're going to use this as the reveal effect to try and kill our opponents, and the -X to deal with any sort of planeswalkers or threats that we need to at that given time. Lands this time are going to be 3 plains, 4 swamps, 2 mountains, 2 Needle Spires, which is a land that enters the battlefield tapped. It can tap for a red or a white. We can pay 4 mana and it becomes a 2/1 red and white elemental creature with double strike and turn. We're also playing 2 Shambling Vent, which also enters the battlefield tapped. It can tap for a white and a black, and we can pay 3 mana and it becomes a 2/3 white and black elemental creature with lifelink on turn instead. We're also playing 2 Smoldering Marsh, which is a land at Swamp Mountain. It will tap for a black or a red. It will enter the battlefield tapped unless we control 2 more basic lands. We're also playing 1 Westerville Abbey, which taps for a colourless mana. We can pay 5 mana and tap it and pay a life to put a 1/1 white and black human cleric token onto the battlefield. We can also pay 5 and tap it and sacrifice 5 creatures. We transform Westerville Abbey, then we untap it, and it will be Armador Prey-Frame Prince, which is a 9/7 legendary creature with flying, lifelink, indestructible, and haste. And when you consider all those things going on, this card is just going to win on the spot. It's crazy. We're also playing 2 Cliftop Retreat, which is a land that enters the battlefield tapped unless we control a mountain or a plains, and taps for a red or a white. Playing Isolated Chapel, which is the same version just for white and black. We're also playing Dragonskull Summit, which is the same card, again just for black and red. And lastly but not leastly, playing the good old trusty Free Evolving Wilds. Okay guys, game 1 for you. Let's have a look at the starting hand. Not the best, we're a bit short on mana here. So I am going to draw a new hand. We have a Firey Impulse, but we have no way of casting it. So I think we'll mulligan that again. We will keep this hand, it looks a bit more better. We'll lead out with a Smoldering Marsh. We can follow up with a Cliftop Retreat the turn after, and follow up with the mountain if we need to. Hopefully we'll draw into a few more lands. We'll draw into a Signing Blood, which would be great to set us up a bit more better for the late turns. So it's pretty good. We draw into another land, which is great because that set us up for our Languish play on turn 4. If we can draw another land out of our deck, then obviously we will be set up for the Ob Nixilis play as well. So our opponent still hasn't cast anything in the early game, which is great for us. That means that our early start has not been really affected by our opponent. So we are pretty good at position-wise. I would say we can deal with any sort of threat that our opponent would be able to chuck down on the table right now. So plays a Matter Reshaper. I'm not really bothered by that. I might Decoration in Stone it so he loses the value of the ability that he gets from it dying. So he will just get a clue token in that position. So we are pretty much set up here. Could do another land, that'd be great. Plays a Graveblade Marauder, which is fine. Have no problems there with that whatsoever. We shall... I think we'll go for a Devouring Flames here. We'll kill the Graveblade Marauder and we will return the Smoldering Marsh, and then we'll just play the Smoldering Marsh again into play tapped. And then pass the turn back. Yep, drawing a card off the clue token. Plays a Crumbling Vestige. And plays a Dominator Dragon. That's fine. We draw Go for Nahiri, actually. We'll go for Nahiri, actually. Yeah. Any card in my hand I want to discard in this position. Probably going to be the Devouring Flames, if I'm completely honest with you. I'm going to discard that and see if we can draw something. We did draw into a Read the Bones, which is great. So hopefully he will attack straight at Nahiri here. He will not attack us, but if he does attack Nahiri, it will be probably dead on the... well, we'll be dead on the next turn. So he does go for Nahiri, which is fine. Nahiri will take 3, go to 3. And then we can always kill that creature on our next turn. Plays a Kalitas, Traitor, Ghet. Might even consider playing Languish in this position. Also, I have the play of playing Ob Nixilis as well. That is a very, very interesting position to be in. Tell you what, we'll do that then. We will exile the 3/2. We will play the land and play Ob Nixilis, and then we will destroy the Traitor as well. So we're in a very, very good position. Yep. Making a token so he can kill Nahiri. The card gets played a little bit. I'm not too sure on the value of it though. Yeah, but Nahiri will take the 1 and die. That's fine, we don't mind losing Nahiri in this position. We do still have Ob Nixilis. So we will draw another card. We'll play our own. Do we play our own one? Or do we go for Read the Bones? I think we'll go for Read the Bones here. I think that's going to be a bit more of an efficient play. Ooh, nice, nice and nice. So we will keep the Archangel on top, but we will get rid of the Grass of Darkness. We just drew into a sweet Radiant Flames. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll pass the turn. I know full well that he's going to be making a token, so he can sort of try to get in for a little bit extra damage. And now we will let that happen. And then what we will do when he can swing with both is we'll just get rid of the 1. And he will only lose 1. And what we can do on the next turn, when he does it again, is we can play Archangel of Avacyn. And hopefully that will be enough to get us in hand. Or we could just go for Kalitas, actually. I think. No, we'll go for Archangel. Because it leaves it a lot more narrow for what he can do. Yep. That's fine. Also, it might get a Grasp of Darkness out of his hand. So we're going to see if he's got a Grasp. Has the Grasp now. Yep. I did predict the Grasp. I did predict the Grasp. So that means, what, next turn? He can't kill it. He can put it back on 1. He can't kill it. So we will draw again to keep him alive for a bit longer. We will cast Radiant Flames. Okay, we will cast Languish. Really? You had 3 Warping Whales in his hand. He had 3 Warping Whales in his hand. That is pretty insane, guys. That is pretty crazy, to be fair. But Ob Nixilis will die. Plays a Despoiler. Now, maximum he can play is 3. So what we should do here is we should play the Kalitas. And we'll go for Read the Bones, I think, here as well. See what we can pull up. Get a Kozilek's Return and Firey Impulse. Probably could do with the Kozilek's Return. We'll keep the Firey Impulse elsewhere. We'll play the Evolving Lords as well. Don't think our opponent has a Grasp of Darkness. But that was pretty crazy, guys. That was pretty crazy. Bearer of Silence, eh? I've never seen this card before, so I'm going to have to check it out if the game will let me get to it. No, okay, I don't even know what the card does, so I will find out when it hits me. What? Choose and sacrifice a creature. What? Why? What does it do? Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take 3, 4, 5 here. And get a land. And the beatdown continues from our opponent. I think we'll go for a Kozilek's Return here. And another Read the Bones. Keep the Grasp of Darkness. Put the other one on the bottom. We also have Linvala, which is cool. You don't have enough mana to do that. Oh, he's going to go for the Despoiler again. Okay. And the Reality Expression. So either way, we lose. Man. That hurt. But that is game 1 for you guys. It's going to be a loss, unfortunately. Game 1 is a loss. Oh, well, let's hope we can turn that around in games 2 and 3. Okay, game 2, guys. Let's see the stand hand. It looks pretty good. We can deal with most of the early threats here. We've got all the basics we need. Our opponent is mulligan like a madman down to 5 cards. So we will begin our game with a Plains. I'm going to go for a Swamp and I'm going to go for a Mountain, probably for Read the Bones in its very, very early state. Yep. No need to get too technical here. We'll just get the Swamp out there and we'll go for the Mountain, so then we've got access to all 3 mana on our future turns. Our opponent does not play a land this turn. That's pretty good that we see that our opponent is mana screwed, which is good. That makes me feel a little bit better. I would normally cast Read the Bones just to do a quick check. No, I don't want to Read the Bones in this position, actually, because we will have to discard a card. And I don't want to discard a card in this position either, so that would be a bad play. Oh, he's left the game, but we will continue to play this game out. We will continue to play this game out. We won't pick up the easy victory here. We will make a token here. And we'll pass a turn. Should be pretty quick anyhow. Seems our opponent is mana screwed. We will make Gideon, and we will attack for 7. And we'll play a West of the Abbey in this position. And pass the turn back over. And obviously, end of their turn, we will cast the Archangel. Plays the Talus Tracker. In response, we will cast Archangel. And we'll make sure that the creature, the Talus Tracker, does not block, so we can get him from max damage with the Devouring Flames. So we will cast Devouring Flames, and we will return return the Swamp to our hand. And we'll use Swamp, so then we can. Oh, I messed up there. A little mess up there. They're not getting into a creature, so I'll make it look like that I wanted to make a token all along. Ready, watch. Yeah, I want to make another creature all along. Yes. And I'll play a Read the Bones as well. And have a Read the Bones. And I don't want either of them. That's much better. I'd like to have a Fiery Temper and that good stuff. And this time we won't mess up. This time we will make Gideon into a creature, and we will attack for the win. So this should be 1 apiece. Unless obviously our opponent plays a fog here. Let's see if he plays the mysterious fog. That's great. Okay, cool, sweet. 1 apiece, so it's all down to the 3rd game. Let's hope it's a 2-1 victory. Okay, game 3 for you guys. Let's have a look at this draw. It looks absolutely terrible. This one looks a bit better. We'll keep this. We'll play the Needle Spires and the Smoldering Marsh on the first couple of turns. And then obviously we can lead into the Reader Bones on the following turn. And we also have Anguished Unmaking. It would be online as well. And we'd have access to Traitor or Ghet as well. So we'll play the Needle Spires and play the Smoldering Marsh as planned. Hopefully we can draw into another black land so we can get the Traitor or Ghet online. So we'll play the Smoldering Marsh. Looks like our turn 3 play is going to be more than likely going to be one of the Read the Bones, which I'm not happy about doing in that position, but it is what it is, you know. We need the extra cards, I think. We do get an Evolving Wilds, which is great because that will help us actually get to the swamp that we were requiring here to get the Ghet online. Plays the Guide Splash to the face, I'm guessing. Yep, 2 damage to the face, that's fine. We'll go to 18. We will sacrifice this and we'll go for a swamp. And we'll play another land, and then we'll get a Kalitas Traitor of Ghet onto the table. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. Nothing. Cool, we're going to swing for free. No, Lightning Axe. Lightning Axe in the 3-4. So that is dead, and we're going to get Fiery Temper to the face as well. Yep, fine. Take 3, go to 15. Cool beans, cool beans. We will probably cast Read the Bones in this position. Yep, looks like a Read the Bones position. Let's get the extra cards drawn. We will have the Ob Nixilis here. I don't think we need the extra land, but we will take it. We'll play the Smoldering Marsh. I think I've got 7 cards in my hand by my calculation, so we can cast Ob Nixilis on the next turn. Our opponent plays a Wandering Ephemeral. That's pretty cool. We can't use the Wandering Ephemeral because he would need to have access to another blue source, which he currently does not. So we'll draw a card and we will see what the next card is going to be. It's going to be a Cliftop Retreat. We will drop that. Keep our hand full. Might start swinging with the Needle Spires, depending on what our opponent is doing. Plays a Yessian Thief. I'm guessing he's going to give it haste. Surely has to. No haste this time. That's cool. That's fine. That means we will, before we get any chance to do anything else, we'll kill it. We'll play a land. We'll make this into a creature, and we will hit you in the face for 4. Double strike, baby, double strike. And we will draw a card off Ob Nixilis. And see planes. That's pretty sweet. Doesn't cast anything again. That's unusual. Play a land. Make my land into a creature. I can't see that there's any reason why we shouldn't. We're swinging across for 4 again. Now Ravaging Blaze. That's kind of cool. Okay. Yep. No, we can do about that. That's I think. Cool beans. Cool beans. We'll do another damage and draw another card. Don't really want to read the burns against a burn deck. Not really. We will discard then. We'll discard an Anguished Unmaking. I don't think this guy's got anything that I need to really be fearful of. Compelling Deterrence. Return target non-land permanent. Ooh, and if he controls the zombie. Ooh, well, that sets that back, doesn't it? That's fine. We'll cast it again. Play a land. And we will do it all over again. Gideon, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Puts us in a bit of a better position. We'll discard a Read the Bones here. I don't think we're going to need it. And on our next turn we will cast Ally Zendikar of Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. And make a token, and on the next turn we'll make him into a 5/5. So we can start getting in for some damage against our opponent, who is currently on 16 life. Yep, we're definitely gonna go for Gideon here. Gonna play the gonna make the token festival, and then we're gonna play the Shambling Vent. And we're gonna obviously draw a card off the Ob Nixilis, and then pass the turn over. And say, Shugo, buddy, Shugo! He's been stuck on 4 mana. Exquisite Firecrafting. The Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. Okay, that's fine. Gideon will die a horrible, miserable death. But we will start getting some life back with the good old Shambling Vent here. So we will attack for 4. No, Lightning Action. Wow, man. This is really crazy. How efficient. How efficient, man, that is. That's so good. So good. Crazy. Let's just lose another life and draw yet another card and pass the turn once again. Not really wanting to lose any more life, so we're going to get rid of the Anguished Unmaking. Don't think we're going to need it. Linvala would be hella huge against this guy. Be hella huge. Plays a Thing of Ice, that's cool beans. We'll just -4/-4 it. You're not the only one who can play just removal spells. A Lightning Axe. Ah, man. And another 3, putting us on 2. Ouch. Jeez, man. We're on 2. We're on 2. Let's go for it. -8. Have the token. Let's do it for this. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're on 2 life. 2 life, man. 2 life. We are hanging in there. We are hanging in there. We are hanging by a thread. We are hanging by a thread. And you know what? I'm really tempted to go to 1 life. That's right, people. 1 life. I'm going to 1 life. Let's see if we can win this game on 1 life. This is going to be hilarious if I win this on the 1 life. Okay. You're on 9. I can't ever make another token. I can never make another token. And I'm dead to any burn spell this guy has. Any burn spell this guy has, I'm dead to. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely cool. Because what we will do is we'll Firey Impulse it and then we'll Kozilek's Return. And somehow we're going to try and win this on 1 life. On 1 life, people. 1 life we're trying to win this on. Oh, this is insane. Oh, he pulls up a Planar Outburst. He casts it for 9 for the 8 mana. Oh, he's gonna make this. Oh, he's gonna do it. He is gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna win a 1 life. Yes. No man, I'm playing 1 life 5. Yes. Oh, wow. A Planar Outburst for the win on 1 life. What a way to end this season. Just before the rotation, winning on 1 life in my final game before the set review. I really enjoyed playing this game. I'm really playing this deck as well. Really interesting sort of deck. I would love to see how this progresses post-rotation with obviously Eldritch Moon, you know, coming in. Might revisit some of the old decks that we've gone through and some of the stuff that has already been on this channel. Also, hopefully there's going to be some new content regarding new decks and new archetypes that are coming into format with obviously Eldritch Moon coming out. Anyhow, guys, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's liked, subscribed and shared my videos. Continue to do that, please, guys, and I will catch you on the set review now. Officially, I'll catch you on Friday, but set review is next on Wednesday. And yeah, I can't wait to have that, to be talking about the new cards. I'm really excited about that. And then Friday we will have the very first decks with the new Eldritch Moon content. So at any rate, guys, thank you for your time today. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye. Exquisite Firecraft in his hand. Surely one of the cards in his hand has to be an Exquisite Firecraft. Has to be. If it's coming to the face, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Surely. Taking 4. We'll go to 4. We're in very sort of. Oh no! Titan Strength.